Y'all planning your holidays. Don't forget, we are less than 1 year away from the event of a lifetime. That's right. It's when you don't turn your back to. It's when you plan for, you settle up, you get ready. It's called a level up, and it's coming next September to Wisconsin. Yep, and we're getting together. We're going to have over 25 lakes. We're going to have great demonstrators, trainers, spectacular floor demonstrations, groups of people, everything you ever want to see, touch, feel, and do in wood turning. Wood turning. This is not a sales show. This is a wood turning show. This is where we're going to get people that are just like you that like to go in a shop and turn wood. And they do it really well. And you want to see how they do it and what they have up their sleeve and what makes them click and what kind of little gizmos and gadgets they come up with. That's what's going to be at Level Up. This is a once in a lifetime event. So it'll happen again, but it's never happened before. It is an experience that you're going to love. You really are going to love. This week we meet with the planning committee. We'll release the details on registration and all that. So it's all clicking right along, just like it's supposed to be. And it's going to be a really great event put on by woodturners. No major corporation, no affiliation with a big club or magazine or anything else. This is for us, the woodturners, us worldwide woodturners. This is going to be our group, and we keep growing. We got a fantastic newsletter. It came out today. If you took a look at it, we got some great tips and hints in it, how to make a couple of different tools. Got some great art. Take a look at that orb I was talking about by Dewey. That's fantastic. And then we got a couple other pieces in there. That vase that's in there by Brent, that's really cool looking piece. But we have others, and there's more. And of course, all this is only unknown to most woodturners' website in the world, worldwidewoodturners.org. The most complete wood turning website in the world. I can say that without doubt because there's nothing like it. There never has been, there never will, because ours is built with true love of wood turning. There's no money behind it. There's no money charged for it. There's no money paid to get into it. There's no funds derived or financing or anything else. This is what it is. We do wood turning. And right there on worldwidewoodturners.org, you can get all the shows, all the meetings, all the tips, the tricks, the plans, the ideas. Everything is right there, 24/7. You can't get that anywhere else in the world. You can't. I'm so proud of David and the crew that puts this together. And look at JJ putting that newsletter together, and he relies on you, the wood turner, to give him photographs, not your club to give him photographs, not some media company to search him out. No, we go right to the wood turners, you, the people that make the shavings, people that create the dust, to get out there and create the art. You send us the photographs of your work. That's the stuff that makes this club great. So when you get a second, get out there, snap a picture, and look, don't be greedy. We want more photographs, more how to's. Can you explain how you did that? Because you know we're going to ask how you did that. What's the finish? Why you did that? How'd you hold it? You can only hold it if you turn it. You only turn it if you hold it. All right. So let's get all those mysteries out the way. Send them to us at worldwidewoodturners.org. We have a simple address. If it goes in the newsletter, it goes to editor at worldwidewoodturners.org. And if you look for information on Level Up, it's Level Up at worldwidewoodturners.org. We keep it as simple as we can, folks. We're woodturners. Well, you can't make it too complicated. It's like art. Okay? So we get out there and get busy. We've got to share our ideas. And that's what we do here every Wednesday night. We share ideas. We share stories. We curios of the world. And we get to look at some of the best wood turning in the world. Yeah, that's right. Nowhere else in the world can you sit down in your couch on a Wednesday night, feet up, hold one in your hand, snack at your side. See you snacking. I know y'all snacking. Um, and look at some fantastic wood turning art and talk to your friends about what you like to do the most. So right now, it's about 10 after the hour, 6 Central, and we're going to pop in there and look at who's got some things to be familiar with gallery. Put it in our chat. Say, I have something to show for gallery. Somebody will call on you, and then we pop it up because, Paul Kingsley, he's probably got one. Dave, do you?
Yep.
Oh, you going to start with
Yeah,
Dave Kingsley?
yeah, we can. Let's start with Andy Schuster.
Hey guys, I had
Oh, hey,
trouble
Eddie.
with thanks to Scott. I got it fixed yesterday. Earlier this week, I got it fixed. Just had to put a shim or two in and get the adjustment. But just a quick, simple cherry bowl.
There you go.
I got a few.
Beautiful.
I got a few turned out for twice turned. They're drying, but this one I did take to completion. Just simple, basic cherry.
What you going for a finish, Andy? What's your finish?
CA. I like that stuff. It's done.
Yeah, it's so
You use
nice.
Parfix, Andy?
Yep. CA. Yeah. Parfix the 3408 and buffed it.
Right.
Simple.
Yeah, it looks great.
Nice.
That's that. And I also got a few pens out. Seems like that's all I do anymore is a few pens.
Nothing wrong with that.
Olive.
I like that little fatty. I
Leveich.
like
Nice.
It's an olive Leveich. And I did
Leveich.
screw up.
Nice.
I was in a hurry, use super glue, and it didn't get the tube quite in. So I added a bit of that blue from that ocean blue pen I showed last time to
Oh,
cover the
okay.
grass. Trimmed it down, and it worked good with the olive and the gold.
That's
And
cool.
Dave.
these are some new click pens. They're Notice from got them from Turner's Warehouse. They're the Beaufort click pens, and they seem to work nice. I got this is a red and black acrylic on a gunmetal. This is Cocobolo on gold,
I like it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
and I got
Yeah,
one
Coco
more.
looks good on anything.
Yeah, and this is a black crush acrylic. If you can see it, it's hard to pick
Oh,
up
yeah.
on black chrome.
Yeah.
Pretty.
You know, I like
Nice.
it up, but it is that black crush. You got the little marbles or whatever, and it's called. And that's about it for this time. At least got my
All
lathe
right.
fixed.
It
Yeah,
looks
I'm
good.
glad you got your lathe fixed.
Oh yeah,
Was it an easy fix or?
yeah. The speed control is actually friction. When you push it shut, it locks up. I adjusted the bolt till it was tight, and there's still too much play in the shaft, so had to be a contortionist. I ain't as flexible as I used to be. Down underneath, poke my head in there, and it's just a pillow block. So I put a couple that bolted to the front panel of the lathe there, the covering
Yeah,
the motor. So I just put a couple washers behind it, and I got all kind, and it works great.
outstanding.
I
That's
just
good.
shimmed the pillow block out away from the carcass of the frame, and it works wonderful.
But you
Thank you
have to
Scott,
know
for the
but you
where to
have to
get
know
that.
what washer to use. That's right. You're the genius that figured out what thickness washer to use, though.
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
I like old stuff. Mechanical is simple. This new computerized garbage, I don't like. I bought me a new truck. It was 2004.
Right?
Hey, it had 68,000 miles on that Ford Ranger, fifth one I owned. I drive until the frames rot apart, then buy another one.
There you go. And you ain't got to worry about recall notices on it.
But
No,
you hope you could buy the same one brand new all over again.
yeah, but
I
they don't make them anymore. Ford
know
got
they
that
don't.
Ranger.
My favorite would be, can I go back and buy that 74 Chevrolet Ford F-150 I had? Can I just go back and buy that model all over again? That's the wrong one. No air conditioning, nothing else. just a solid, rock solid truck, you know.
Yep. And people were selling them restored. You'd have a coronary when you see the prices of them.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Right.
They're 40, 50K for some.
Yeah.
This was under $3,000.
Yeah, I bought a 78 Chevy brand new for $59.95 off the lot.
Can't buy the
Right.
tailgate for $3,000 now.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
Good seeing you, Andy.
Yeah.
All is glad.
Great
Thanks,
to be
Andy.
back.
All
Great to be
righty.
back, guys.
Now let's go see Mr. Kingsley. Hey, Dave.
Well, here I am. Another bowl.
Beautiful.
Harry.
Park-
Oh,
Pretty
it is
nice,
beautiful.
Dave.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
just set him up there.
I love the shapes.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
been
very nice.
experimenting with these flares lately. I really like them.
Mhm.
Smooth.
I don't know if you recall, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had a little walnut one about this big that had the flare. Yesterday, my grandson picked it up, walked the entire length of the house and said, Papa, this is really pretty. You never know what those little guys are going to come up with. That was all I got. Well, I've got something else that's still locked on the lathe because that was giving me fits, but I'm having trouble with an area right in here on Walnut. It just seems like it's, I don't know, maybe what I need is reverse, which I don't have. But it takes a life of forever to sand that out. I bought a new gouge today. Maybe that'll help get it sharp. But that was it. On my way to
Right on.
Gettysburg Friday, so
That'll work.
yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right.
Have a
Let's
great
go
one.
see what Mr. JJ's got in process here.
All right. So a few years back, I was given some redwood, and a buddy of mine is making door chimes, and we were talking about it, and I said I could turn that. So this is a body for a door chime, and there were a couple of specific things that needed to be done. He needed a thick wall area where he could drill in to mount the posts that hold the strings. So the feature here is the width of the thickness of the walls so that he knows where he can sink the posts, and then it needs to be able to hang. So I've given it a way that you can put in mounting brackets to hang it. So just something interesting. And then it's hollowed back a little bit, and you can hear the difference. That rings pretty good there. It's fairly dead out here. And then lightning, I lightened it because all this bulk would just make it really too heavy on the wall. So I will post pictures on the Facebook page when he gets it done. But this is his raw material to see what he can do with it. So it's just something interesting and fun to do. And it'll have 3 strings across here, and then a raised strip with little beads hanging from strings. And when you open and close the door, the beads bounce against the strings and it rings, and it makes a little pretty musical sound.
Nice.
I look
JJ,
forward to seeing it.
when you turn that redwood, is it soft like cedar?
It is softer than cedar. You have to use very, very sharp tools. And you can see where I put the texture in. You can see it's harder in the dark bands and softer in the light bands. And you could watch my finger. When I sanded it, I've got bumps from hard and soft to hard and soft.
Ridges.
I've never
Yeah,
turned cedar until I started doing this hollow form that I had sent out a blurb on Facebook about, and I'm shocked at how soft it is. I've turned cedar, and this stuff is like, so very nice wood.
I got to tell you, I probably made 3 passes and sharpened, and 3 passes and sharpened, and 3 passes and sharpened. Otherwise, the grain tears like that. It's just, you really have to be on your game with your gouge to turn this stuff. And don't even think about using a scraper. It's just not going to work. You've got to slice the wood. But
Yeah.
you can do it. It's absolutely doable.
And I can
I
tell
don't
you
know. I
that
just decided to do a little design in here just to make it not boring.
Yep.
it's very nice. But I
It
can
worked out
tell you
pretty good.
that carbide didn't work well inside of that hollow form either.
Well, I did actually use my gooseneck carbide to get around in here because I
Okay.
didn't have anything. I didn't have a standard hollowing tool that had a sharp enough curve, and my carbide did. But I also took a piece of 80 grit and bent it around my finger, and without the lathe turning, I'm not going to stick my finger in there with sandpaper. Just manually made sure that I had a good smooth surface. But you're not, unless you're sitting there with a flashlight, you're not going to see that that's not as smooth as the rest of it.
No.
So, and I only sanded it to 220. Going any higher on cedar on redwood is you're wasting your time. You're just not going to get anywhere with it. But it turned out pretty nice. I'm sorry?
It's going to move.
Oh yeah,
If you go over 220, when you get done, it's going to move. It's going to it's going to flex a little bit. So,
and this is moved. Now this is kiln dried. This is extremely dry, but it's got this. The center is higher than the rim. And yesterday I picked it up and the center was not higher than the rim, but today it's higher than the rim again. That's just humidity changes day to day.
that's wood.
Yeah. Well, and redwood is more porous than a lot of others, but it worked pretty well.
And what did you seal it with?
I just have a heavy coat of Danish oil on here. This is going to hang on the door, and I didn't put any finish on the back. It's up to him how he wants to finally finish it, but I did seal the surface with Danish oil just so he had a surface to start with to do whatever he's going to do with it. I think he's spraying it with spray on poly.
Okay.
But he and I will have a conversation about finish. He's still got to drill holes and do all of that stuff. So I just wanted to get something on it.
Very nice. Very nice piece.
And it's working. So something interesting, something different.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Joaquin.
Remember, Joaquin, when it's finished, send the picture to the editor. So we can put it
Yes. Right.
I might know how to get a hold of that guy.
If he gives you a hard time, let me know.
I'll call you.
Okay. All right. Now let's go see what Mr. Todd's got.
Hello. So
Hey,
I have
Todd.
this little potpourri bowl that I did.
Oh my.
Oh, that's pretty green. That's shiny.
Yeah. What'd you
Yeah.
color it with?
See your computer screen.
I love that color.
So, well, thank you very much. This is the fourth finish I put on this thing. I put a finish on this thing on like a Sunday, and then finished it, put lacquer on it, buffed it out the next morning, set it on the counter, and hated it. So I put it back on the lathe, reverse chucked it, recut my foot a little bit so I could hold it again, cut that finish off, put another finish on, hated that one. So this is finished. This is coloring number 3. And this is a chestnut spirit stains. And I put the red on, and then I sanded it back. And then I tried to leave it darker, more red on the bottom and a little more red around the rim and the top. And then I came back over the top of that after it was sanded back almost completely off with the orange. And so the combination is sort of an orange red. But I ended up liking it, and there was a lot of really good figure in this piece of maple, so I got pretty lucky with that. I don't know if you'll be able to see the inside. Probably not real good lighting here, but it's a lot of pretty wood. But this is finish number 3 or number 4. It took me like 4 days to make this little thing, and then it's got the little potpourri lid that sits in there. The lid used to fit much tighter, but after taking the finish off the second time after I'd already removed it from the lathe, I had to increase the size of the hole to get rid of the blue that was on there that I hated to go to the red. So, and then I don't know. There's some texturing on the bottom.
Yes.
So you
Yeah,
probably
there it
see it.
That's
Probably
pretty.
see it now. It's really
Yeah.
light
Yeah, you can see
texturing.
it.
Yeah.
Very
so
nice piece, Todd.
So yeah, thank you. So it's like 5 days work to do 5 hours
Yeah.
of finish.
What's a shiny finish?
Oh, it's deft lacquer.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I had found more deft lacquer on the internet, and I ordered it. And when I got it, they sent me the stuff that was bought out from them, and it says same formula as deft, but I haven't tried it yet. I don't know if anyone else has. And so
Yeah, I have it. Works the same.
I'm hoping it does, because I really need that fast dry time of that
Does
deft.
it, Matt? I've heard it didn't.
Well, in my experience, it seems like it's the same. I mean, I'm spraying really light coats.
Right.
Prolux or something like that. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah.
Prolux.
Yeah.
It seems
And-
like it's the same. I mean, it hasn't, as far as
And-
I can tell.
And just so people know, I was being a little on the second or third finish on it. I put a beautiful color on it, and I was really liking it. And I hit it with the first coat of lacquer, and by that point, I was just tired of this thing. And so I brought the heat gun out, and I said, I'm just gonna, from 3 feet away, I'm just gonna add a little heat to the air. And I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. I looked up at a computer screen or something, and I bubbled that lacquer off of that thing. So had to cut that off and do it again. So, but it's finally finished, and I actually like it. So, yeah,
That's really pretty.
The moral,
yeah,
It is.
moral of the story is don't look at the computer screen when you're spraying lacquer.
right. Standing there
Right.
with the heat gun going like this. What?
Right?
I know better.
I
It's
hear
not
you.
the first time I've done it, but I hope it's the last.
Never will.
May
It
not
won't
be.
be. You'll do it again.
Yeah. In other words, are you saying you're a slow learner?
I'm not going to say that, but my wife will tell you.
No, don't be distracting.
Yeah,
It can
All
neither
right.
confirm nor deny.
exactly. Yeah,
Right.
thank you, everybody.
All right. Appreciate it there, Todd. All right, let's go see what Ruby's got.
Okay,
Look
I
at
had
face, Brenda.
I had a friend of mine, Martin DeCroon, cast me some pen blanks, and these are two that he made for me for Theo, the wood turner. So they've got his logo and his name on them. I
Nice.
hope they're showing up okay.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
So then he went ahead and he made me a couple more. Part of that series we do with Record Powers is with Mike Davies, who does the carving by numbers. So he put in carving by numbers, and then on both sides of that, he put in a bunch of numbers. And then he made me one for myself, which is my owl with the skew in wing and my name underneath.
Nice. That's
Gorgeous.
nice.
Gorgeous.
So I got these turned up in pretty good order.
Yep, they're beautiful, Ruby.
Thank you.
They
They're
are.
Great
beautiful.
Yeah,
What's
the
the pen
other
hardware?
three are going to become Christmas gifts. So that's why I'm not posting pictures of them.
Boy.
Wow.
Ruby, what's the pen hardware?
Pardon?
What is the hardware you use for the pens? Are they Wall Streets, Monarch clones? What?
The Aurora pen kits.
Okay.
And then I finished them after I turned them, sanded them to about 1,000. Then I finished them up with Superior Grit and Superior Micro Grit.
Nice.
Wow.
So
Very good.
thank you. And that's
All right,
it
thank
for
you.
me.
That'll work. All right, let's go across the pond and see what Mr. Paul's got. Hey, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Morning or evening, depending. Yeah, I've been on my travels. I went to a wood turning seminar in Spain a couple of weeks ago, and I've just sort of finished editing some highlights from that. So I'm just gonna play that if that's right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, please.
There's no audio on the video, by the way. So if you're wondering why there's no sound, there isn't any.
You can just narrate for us.
disjointed, so I haven't done any audio on it.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow is wow.
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 Well, this was their 25th anniversary. So they've done a bit of a big thing this year to commemorate.
Goodness. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
some pretty
beautiful.
strong wood there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice clock.
Jeez. Oh, my.
That one I thought looked really
That's
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah. We'll have to have a go
Wow.
at it sometime.
That looks like a Duxbury thing.
Oh boy, piercing work. I
Beautiful.
couldn't get them thin enough to pierce.
Mm-mm-mm. Nice. Oh, my goodness.
I like
That
the way
app.
they have them in individual boxes.
Yeah,
Yep.
this was a bit of
Yeah.
a sort of a special exhibition. They normally do that, but this year I think being the 25th, they've
Oh,
done something
my.
special with it.
That's a nice hat.
Heck yeah.
That one I thought looked interesting with the nutshells set into the rim.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
walnut.
Oh, wow.
Definitely wow.
Wow.
Mm-mm-mm. Hmm.
Oh boy, one on the right. Yoy.
Beautiful work.
Yes, it is.
And these are pictures they put on the wall of previous events. You might have spot a couple of people you know on there.
Oh, wow.
And at the exhibition they have a display. Everyone can bring some work to display, so that's what this is all about. This is all the delegates' work.
A lot of beautiful work there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the hat.
Yeah, those are for Aitor Martinez. He's one of the demonstrators at the event.
Big stuff. Wow. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Little everything there. Inside out turnings.
Yeah, there's a huge array of different techniques. Yeah.
Beautiful work.
But what I thought was really good was that the whole event is funded by the local government. You just turn up, you don't get charged to go in. It's all free.
Oh,
Wow.
that's nice.
Wow.
Whoa, look at
What?
the finials.
Mm.
They're not
Those
finials.
look like Bernard Azima's work.
Yeah, trim blurs or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah. Nice segmented piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that must have been about 4 foot tall. That one.
Hitting
Keeps
ball,
going.
hitting needle. Whoa.
Hey.
Oh, I like those.
Hmm. Wow.
The big gallery.
That's to see.
Yeah.
A lot of great pieces. A lot of great
Yeah.
pieces.
Mm.
Okay. Hmm.
Well, there goes my delusions of adequacy.
Get together, we always want to show off.
I ain't gonna quit turning them, but I wish I'd get them as thin as some of them pieces. I always get nervous when a wood starts singing at me and I still only at 3/16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll come.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
Yes, wow.
Mm.
So many different things.
It's just endless. Wow.
And these are some brief videos of the demonstrators. This is Lolo Castro. He's an expert with the hook tool, as you'll see here. And the lathe he's got, it must be a collector's piece on its own. The lathe looks like it's an old sort of machine from a sort of more industrial setting with the overhead pulley drive on the end, which has got a motor attached to now.
Love the tool rest.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Looked like that hook tool just melted into the wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made it look easy.
Don't have a connection fit, Sue.
But he either use that basic sort of 3-jaw engineering chuck or just a metal jam chuck
Right.
to make as pieces of wood.
He doesn't even have safety glasses on.
No.
I was thinking safety contacts.
That's it. That's it.
Can't you see the face shield coming down from the bill of the hat?
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you at the age of what did they call that? Hallucinations?
I'd like to get one of those hook cutters. They look like they might do the trick on some ingrain or whatever.
Yeah, they.
Oh, they do work really well.
Yep,
Work
there is a
great.
learning curve.
Below center too.
I've got a photo somewhere of his tool rack, and there's literally 10 or so different hook tools, all different shapes and sizes.
Where would you get those?
I think they're all handmade.
Todd Raines, the wood turning tool store here in the States, sells one.
Okay.
If you Google Andre Martel, he makes some too.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, Michael Hoslick sells them too.
Right.
This is Colin Lindsay. She was a British demonstrator. And Jean-François Escoulon.
Yeah, you know. He was one of the earliest people I studied with.
Yep.
I'd like to see that piece when it comes off the lathe.
Well, look at those ones in the back.
Wow.
Wow.
Dang.
Very
Can
cool.
we watch it again, Paul?
Thanks, Paul. That was
Don't
gorgeous
think you have
work.
any complaints.
One other thing I
Paul,
came back
thanks.
with was this. They did an anniversary book to celebrate the event. And, this is the 25th anniversary celebration, and I've got my own 2-page spread.
Congratulations,
There you go.
Paul.
Congrats, Paul.
Fantastic.
3 years ago, I went over as a demonstrator, so that's why they put me in there.
Was he
That's
using a
great.
lathe? Was he using a lathe knife there at the end?
No, it was another hook tool. You mean Jean-François? No, I don't think he was. I think it was just mostly using a spindle gouge.
I thought, wasn't he the one who does a Badan?
He
Yeah.
uses the
Yeah, he
Badan.
uses Badan quite a lot. Yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Yeah, next up the Irish seminar, so I might do the same again.
Heck yeah.
You can do it in
Right.
Ireland while we're there.
Yeah.
I'd like to see photos from you guys who are going to Ireland for that event. That would be great for the newsletter.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Paul hook us
That
up.
was really cool, Paul.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Paul. All right, let's go see Doug. You got to follow that up.
That's okay. I did something totally different this week. Bowls, goblets, boxes, anything round and brown. So I did something different this week. Piece of black walnut. It's about 13.5 inches, roughly 13.5 inches square. You can see this corner's a little long. This is off of a slab. This was a bark inclusion here that with the slab actually split off. So it's got, you can see the crotch figure starting to show right there. It's still 2 inches, almost 2 inches thick. And it's meant to be either hung on a wall or set on a shelf, either one. It'll sit quite nicely. Textured the center, put silver wax in it. This little cove, or this wall of this cove, has very slight texture grooves in it, and this one all have gold embellishing wax in it. Then the whole thing is waxed with Carnauba, and it may get another coat. I have to decide on that yet, but little hole in the back so it can hang on the wall, or it's got a nice flat side here. Nice of it to freeze up at that point. But anyway, that side that I'm trying to show you is nice and flat, and it does sit on that very nicely. So that's what I've done this week.
And it didn't fly at all.
No, not once.
Very nice.
Really?
I like it.
Yeah.
It's good. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Something a little
Great.
different than the norm.
Right. Yeah, we'll come back to you later on here so we can see the bottom side of it there you're trying to show.
It's not a big deal. It's just I was just showing you that bottom edge. It's just nice and flat. So
Yeah.
see
All
if that
good.
does. There we go. Unfroze me.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks,
pop,
guys.
Pop it back up so we can see it.
Okay.
What you're showing.
Yeah, it's got this one curved side, but the rest of these sides are all nice and flat. Real nice
okay.
and flat. So it'll sit, it can go any of those three ways on a table or a shelf, or it can go any way you want it. At this point, it can go any way you want it. I did a recess on the back. You could hang it from that, if you had a nail stuck out. Or, what I intend to do is put another hole in right about there so it can hang on the wall real nice and be nice and straight, kind of like that. But
Right.
whoever buys it can do what they want. I don't care once they buy it.
Right.
Make a nice clock, Doug.
It would.
Cut a T-slot.
Anyway,
Nice.
and by the way, that corner right there is very, very sharp. Got me
No.
there.
Nice
got me
Band-Aid.
there.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
This
we got
one,
another
Hit you
one
twice.
being a slow
Yeah, I was
learner.
gonna ask you how your thumb or finger was.
yeah, that cut right there is right at the edge of my fingernail at the base of it. And
Oh.
it's pretty stinking sore.
Yeah, you hit that
Every
on just
time I
about
hit it
everything,
today. Yeah, every time I hit it today, I wanted to scream out, but I was in Publix and I couldn't do it.
huh? Very cool. All right, thanks, Doug.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey everybody, how you doing? So I got
I'm good.
something I wanted to show. I still haven't been in the shop. I went last week down to the shop to get a screwdriver. That was it. So but I got something I did a year ago and it's been set on the shelf, and that's this. I guess it's appropriate since we've seen a bunch of clocks tonight. So this is a piece of sycamore from Troy, Michigan here. The kit is a clock kit motor. And I was very proud of this and hung it up for my wife to see. Can anybody tell me what the big problem is with this? The numbers. If you're more than 5 feet away, you can't see them.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's not dark
So
enough.
I've got to scrape down the face, clean and sand it all up, and then I'm going to re-laser it with fill setting for all the numbers and stuff so they stand out.
Yeah.
But
You could just
other than
paint
that,
that center area or burn it.
well, I don't have any burning equipment.
So paint it.
And it's one of those things where I wanted to play with a laser because I'd just gotten it, and so it was a learning experience.
If it's engraved with the laser, put some embellishing wax. Put a gold or an embellishing wax in where it was engraved. That'll make it stand out more.
Well, that's true. Hadn't thought about that. Thank you. Yeah. So it's been sitting on the shelf for a year, so not working. So anyways, that's mine for tonight.
Still beautiful.
Very nice.
Nice job. Nice
Thank you.
job.
Our work. Thanks,
That's a
Jeff.
nice piece of sycamore.
All right, let's go to Mr. J.
Out.
What's up, buddy?
Get down. Get down.
Yay.
Unmute. There we go. I'm unmuted. So
We got you.
I'm going to show you guys a piece. I might have already shown you the last time I was there, but I don't remember. And how do I turn my camera around here? Let's see.
We can see you. Ah,
Nope,
you're
that's
turning
not
it
it.
around.
I gotta turn this thing around. Okay, so anyway, let's do it this way. There we go. One of the guys was talking about some redwood earlier tonight. And this is a piece I'm working on right now that is redwood. It's 13 inches. Yeah, I did show you this last time.
Yeah, you were working on it. Yep.
Yeah, I'm still working on it, but I just thought about it because the other guy was showing some redwood earlier. But, you look at the grain in this thing, it's just absolutely gorgeous.
Mhm.
Anyway, I already showed it to you, so I won't take up any more time. So.
Oh, we got
go
new
from there.
people on. We got new people on that haven't seen it. So go ahead and talk about it, Jay.
Okay.
I don't remember seeing it.
So we had a guy named Bob Daly in the club that some people knew passed away. So I bought a lot of wood from his son. And this piece was really unique because it's so big. And if you look at the heartwood and the sapwood, the contrast is beautiful. The top part, I have a little trouble with my lighting here. I apologize. The top part here, you take the bark off, that's the skin with these little knobs that held the bark in place. And I fell in love with the top. I was originally going to hollow it out like a normal vase. I'm going to put a hole in the middle now, make it into a bud vase and save as much as I can. But it's a beautiful piece of material.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Very nice.
So
I
anyway,
got to see that firsthand and hold it. It is a gorgeous piece of wood.
Thank you, Jeff.
The video doesn't do it that much justice compared to seeing it live.
Yeah, you can really see the grain now. That is real.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's like waves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a little more curvature at the bottom here, a little more of a curve down here. It's a little too straight for me right now. So be a little bit smaller at the bottom. Leave it all at the top to the same size here. It's a little more of a taper in here. And I'm gonna get with Alfred to do the finishing on it because I don't want to screw it up. And Alfred's a great finisher.
Yeah, that he is.
So we're
Can't
gonna
go
work
wrong.
together on this one. Pardon?
I said you can't go wrong having Alfred do the finishing.
Yeah, Alfred. Oh. Anyway,
Everybody's freezing up.
like that. I'm sorry.
You're
Your
frozen up.
camera
Did I
just
freeze?
froze up.
There we go.
I'm very lucky to have guys like Matt and Alfred and many others, Jeff and Mark Wallace and some of the other guys here in Detroit and Ruby right across the river here. I'll get to learn stuff from. I'm very, very blessed. So thank you all.
Thanks for sharing.
Beautiful.
Thanks,
work.
Jay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
All right, let's go see the wild man down in Georgia. See what Mr. Soleil's got.
Okay, let me go.
We got you.
All right, let me go over here. I've got them sitting up on the counter. Okay. I got a hobble over here. Just don't
Take
want
your
to.
time. Take your time.
Just don't want to fall. Okay. Let me turn this thing around. There we go.
Look at that.
That's the
See how
floor.
easy you did that?
Nice floor, huh? No, here
How'd
we
you turn that on your? Ooh.
There's
Wow,
a
look at that.
nice little urn. It's threaded, it's all threaded with my ball-to-ball construction and finished with one coat of the Parfix 34 and then buffed. And there's two little ones that I did.
Those are beautiful, Mark.
Yeah, I'm
Very
still,
perfect.
I'm
Right
still,
proportions, right shapes.
I'm
Gorgeous.
still,
Gorgeous.
still playing. But anyway, that's it for me tonight.
Gorgeous work.
Beautiful as always.
Beautiful work, Mark.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yep, looks great, Mark.
All right. Let's see what Dino's got down in Lufkin.
Hey there.
We got you, buddy.
Yeah, believe it or not, I've got the beast running. The big
Holy-
lathe is up and powered on.
Wow.
Congratulations.
I actually turned something on it yesterday. I hadn't got that video released, but we'll be releasing that one here soon. thought I'd share some with you guys. This is a little set I did for my wife out of pecan wood.
Nice.
Little twig pot, a little cup, and then little lidded box for her.
Like how you did the lid there.
What's that?
I like how you did the lid there and the fit in there. That's nice.
Well, one of the things that I learned a long time ago with green wood, if you'll look, that lid has a taper on it.
Yes.
And if you turn your green wood and you put a taper on it, you can jam that down in there. And if the wood moves at all, it'll all move together. And then it's not really a pop box. It just,
right,
lift up. But
is that the natural bark?
It is. That's
Wow.
that's pecan wood, and what I will do is I'll sand it till just before you start to lose this white, and then put an oil finish on it, and it really stands out. Let's see if I can get that one turned around to where you can see they pretty much match, even though that little twig pot in the back was off of a piece of completely dry wood. In fact, I had a real time keeping the bark on that one. And then
Came out nice, Dean.
I got another little guy here. He's
Everybody
said I needed to get on Twitter, and well, I don't know much about that. So I made a little bird, and he'll
made a
probably
little tweeter
catch it from the other direction.
Nice.
So
what kind of wood is that?
Well, let's see. Part of it's pecan, part of it's oak. This is pecan, that's pecan, and then the little head's made out of oak.
Okay.
And
Wow.
Looks great.
It is stunning.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It was fun. I came up with the idea of putting a bird on a nest, and I had never seen anybody else do that. Plenty of birds out there on YouTube, but I hadn't seen one on a nest. So right before I made the video, man, I did a deep search. I finally found one other guy did one, but he turned the limb upright and just kind of did a bowl in the top of the end grain. So something a little different.
Right?
Very
Nothing
nice,
wrong with
Dean.
that.
And that's what I've got to share tonight.
Good
Looks
job.
very
Nice.
No, thanks, guys.
Dean, it's been great to see your videos again.
I'll tell you what, man, it is it is super nice to be back on the lathe.
Yeah.
I was really happy to get the one way back up and running. I don't know if anybody knew it, but I was running that little jet off of 150 feet of extension cord. That booger had no power whatsoever. I mean, you could stop it with the smallest little gouge you had.
Right.
And that was doing the light cut.
Mm-hmm.
And using
You're
a
doing
sharp
some
tool.
cool stuff with that little thing.
Well, I will say for anybody listening that is turning on a mini lathe, there is not a darn thing wrong with mini lathes, and I have turned a lot of stuff on them. And the only problem with that one was that lengthy extension cord, low voltage going to it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can turn some really nice and some pretty good size stuff on a mini lathe if you don't have it running off of 150 foot of cord.
16 gauge at that, right?
Yeah. But there comes a time where every addict has to have a fix, and I was there.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. It feels good, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
But
My
you
wife
just turn
said
it
I
on
was
and listen to it.
Yeah, my wife said I was like a little kid running around when I turned that thing on.
Uh-huh.
So are you
Uh-huh.
scheduled for a demo for us yet?
Not yet. I've still got a few things I've got to put together before I'll do a demo, but it won't be long. I'll be available.
Yeah, that'll work, Dean.
You guys know I love doing them anyway. So
Oh yeah.
once I kind of
Sure.
get. Problem right now is every time I need a tool, that's the one I hadn't found yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I got ready to do some sanding. I said, well, I need my power sander. I went through about 7 boxes before I found my container with all my round sandpaper in it.
Was that sitting on the box on the desk where you found your computer?
Hey, now don't go there.
Oh.
It's just wrong.
Right. Billy knows how it is. So
for you folks that don't know, I looked for my speed editor for my DaVinci Resolve and my keyboard and mouse and all that stuff for weeks. Went through every box in here. It was sitting on my desk in a box labeled books.
I was sitting here thinking it must be nice to have an actual excuse when you can't find something.
Right.
Mine's usually just because I didn't put it back where it belongs.
Yeah. Yeah, and folks, we'll be able to see stuff that that Dean makes. He's got quite the project that he's going to be doing up at Level Up for us as well. So
Sweet.
Yeah, I
Good,
will try to do, now that I've got the big lathe up, I'll try to do a video on turning one of those in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
And that way some of the folks that maybe hadn't seen that or would like to see it can go on and look at it.
Sure.
Hey, Dean, what kind of building is that?
What kind of what?
What kind of building is that? Is that a steel building or a
Yeah,
building?
I built a 30 by 50 steel or metal shop, and that thing was supposed to be finished and completed by mid-September last year. Well, they didn't start on it until mid-December, and then we didn't get our doors in until the end of February. So by that time, we just had to move out of the house in League City. And so that's why it is just packed full. It's been so hot this summer that we work out here early in the morning and late in the evening, and that's about all you can do.
Right. Yeah, that's understandable. You got AC in there?
Oh no, it's not even insulated yet.
Oh, okay. Still got to do that yet.
That's part of the problem, though. I didn't put a ridge vent or anything in it because I'm foaming it and insulating it. So you go right next door to my brother-in-law's shop. It's nice and cool in there. He's got a ridge vent.
Right.
You know, the heat can escape. Not in here. It stays right there with you, brother.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Sounds like you might have to move into your brother-in-law's shop.
I tell you what, it's been tempting.
Right.
Take your mini lathe over there. You might not need 150 foot of cord.
Yeah, I'm already hooked on to, I got one extension cord coming off of his power and one coming off my house. So he may be ready to disown me. I think he's happy to see me hook that lathe up too. I'm not using his power.
Very good. All
Hey,
right.
Dan, can I jump back in for a second? Real quickly?
Yeah.
So this weekend is the Ohio Valley Woodturners Guild Symposium, and a bunch of us from Detroit are going down. It'd be nice if any of you other guys are going down, and we can all meet together, maybe have lunch or something to get to talk to each other in person. How many guys are going to Ohio? Anybody else?
Far away. Anyone?
Okay.
Brenda, you going? Where's it at, Jay?
It's actually in Indiana, near the Ohio border there.
Where's
So
it at?
it's my first time going down. It's pardon me?
Where's it at? Oh, it's just outside
It's
of
down in
Cincinnati.
Indiana near the Ohio border.
Yep.
I'm not
It's
sure
just
exactly
outside of
how online.
Cincinnati.
Let's see.
It's
Yeah.
at the Seventh Day
So-
Adventist campground in
Say again?
Indiana.
Okay.
It's at the Seventh Day Adventist church. They have a retreat in a campground there. It's very nice.
So any of you guys are going down there, we'd like to get together and have a little lunch or something just to see each other in person and say hello.
Right. Well, Brenda's only 2 hours away.
I didn't know anything about it.
Hour and a
I'm
half,
less-
depending upon what side of Cincinnati. North side of Cincy or south
Yeah.
side of Cincy.
It'll be to the west of Cincinnati.
If you go on the internet
If it's in
look
Indiana.
up, if you go on your browser, the internet, look up Turning 25, you'll find it. Turning 25, Ohio Woodturners, Ohio Valley
Better,
Woodturners.
better yet, I just put the link in chat.
There you go. Thanks,
Man, you
Matt.
are the man.
Good.
Yep.
Can you still sign up for it and whatever?
I don't know. Most likely.
Yeah, it's one of the big ones. So it's like, it's on the level of SWAT and things. So it's a big deal. So
Yeah.
have a great fun time, Jay. I wish I was going too.
Me too. I wish you were going.
I wish
lunch
I was
our-
going, and I'm only 45 minutes away.
Then do it.
Why aren't you
can't.
going?
I've got meetings this weekend. Darn it.
Got big boy stuff, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
unfortunately.
darn. I got
I'm
my,
gonna try to
my
make- I'm gonna
grandson's
try to
birthday
put it on my
parties
list
this
for-
weekend.
I'm gonna try and put it on my
You're
list
going
for
to take
next
him on
year.
a trip.
No, I guess I can't go.
I don't know.
Darn it.
All right.
Well, I was
right,
one of I was one of the demonstrators there in 2015.
Cool.
Nice. All right, so we have a member with us tonight who will remain anonymous, but he's wanting to find out information from you guys that use sanding sealer, specific shellac as sanding sealer, and what pound cuts you use, what the drying times are, your application method, and everything that's involved with using it as a sanding sealer. So if somebody would like to lead off that conversation, I'd love to, but I don't use shellac, so I'm not going to be a know-it-all and talk about something that I don't use.
In fact, he
Yeah,
doesn't even pronounce it correctly.
No, he's talking about shellac.
I can talk a
I
little
like-
about it. I've actually got some shellac right here. So I usually makes up my own. I use a 2-pound cut. This is raw shellac. This is if you don't know, shellac is produced by the lac beetle, and it is a resin. And so this is super blonde shellac flakes, and this is half a pound of it. I ordered it from oldworldshellacs.com. I'm not sure why Weller Mart is on the bag, because this came from Old World Shellac. But this is pure shellac. You can get it in several tones: ruby shellac. There's a blonde,
Amber, brown.
amber. Yeah, this is super blonde, or platina, which is same thing, super blonde. So it's as close to clear as shellac can be. I cut it with Everclear. I've had this bottle of Everclear for 4 years because I only use it to mix shellac. The higher the proof, the quicker it dries. And I generally use, for sanding sealer, I make I basically make OB Shine Juice, essentially. I use a 2-pound cut, which is a half a pound of shellac flakes to 32 ounces or 1 quart of liquid alcohol. The reason I use Everclear is because arguably this is food safe. There are a lot of people who tell you this is poisonous, but it's not denatured. So there is not methanol added to it to make it actually poisonous. Unless you consume a lot of this, it'll kill you. It won't kill you, whereas methylated alcohol will. I put it in a plastic squeeze bottle, and you just weigh it out, and add it and shake a lot. And this will actually dissolve into a liquid. You need to use that within about 3 or 4 months, or the alcohol will evaporate and it'll thicken. The way I apply it is with a paper towel. I just, depending on what I'm using it on, the more open the grain or the punkier the wood, the heavier shellac I'll apply as sanding sealer. So I will just squirt it on. Now I don't put any oil in my shine juice. I add the oil after, and I'll explain that in a minute. But I put it on either, if I only need a light coat, I just put it on paper towel and wipe it on. And then I'll take mineral oil and just dab a little bit of mineral oil on it. The whole point of the mineral oil is just to allow a better friction seal as you rub it in with the lathe turning. So I'll apply it with the lathe stopped, add a couple drops, like literally 2 or 3 drops of mineral oil, and then turn the lathe on to about 300 or 400 RPM and rub that paper towel, and the mineral oil smooths it and lets you warm it up enough that it gets a smooth application, no ridges, no weird lumps, no orange peel. And then probably, I don't know, maybe a minute's worth of friction application with that, and it's dry. It doesn't stay tacky for more than 20 or 30 seconds. So a little bit of application, it's dry, and then I sand. If you're using it as a sanding sealer, you must expect that you're going to gum up your sandpaper very quickly. I usually use it between 180 and 220 grits and higher. You can use it to stiffen the grain if you've got punky wood. I prefer just using mineral oil for that because it doesn't gum up sandpaper as much as shellac does. But you can use shellac. Shellac will stiffen the grain even more. It'll actually make it hard enough that if you're coming back and cutting with it, you're going to need to really make sure you have sharp tools. But as a sanding sealer, I put it on between 220 and 320 grits, somewhere in there. And again, just a friction application, and then continue sanding up higher. A lot of British turners I know use sanding sealer before they use a sanding paste. So they will hit it with a sanding sealer, and then they'll put sanding paste on the top of that. I can't see any difference in results with the sanding paste I use, whether or not I put the shellac sanding sealer on before or after. And a lot of times I will actually use that as a finish, and I'll do it a lot like a French finish, where you apply a very thin layer, give it about if you're using Everclear, it evaporates very quickly. So you give it about 3 minutes to cure, and apply a thin layer, and you just build up thin layer, thin layer, thin layer until you get a very, very rich, deep luster. It really does give you a very, very deep antique shine. There's no better way to describe it than old furniture. They used French polishing methods with shellac, and that shine is not reproducible with any modern material. The only way to get that deep, rich, lustrous shine is using French polish methods with shellac. I haven't seen any other way to do it.
I agree.
You can cut the shellac with 91% rubbing alcohol. You can, but that's not food safe. You can cut the shellac with. You can actually cut shellac and have an effective finish with just cheap, a $12 cheap bottle of vodka. It'll work. It just takes longer to dry. The higher the proof of the alcohol, the quicker it dries. So I mean, if you were really hard up, you could grab a bottle of bourbon and cut it with bourbon, but you'd get a little bit of that tannin from the oak, and you'd get some ebonization with it, so you wouldn't get a clear coat with it. But the point is, anything probably over 75 or 80 proof of alcohol is going to allow it to evaporate fairly quickly and give you a decent finish.
So JJ, I make basically the same recipe you do, minus the oil. This jar here is over a year old. I keep
I'm
it in a
highlighted.
mason jar.
Hang on. Yeah, let's see.
I keep it in a
Nice.
mason jar. This is super blonde.
Uh-huh.
I made this over a year ago. So then so this is I make 1 pound cut for my sanding sealer. And then when I pour it into this bottle, this is a ½ pound cut. And you can see how
Okay.
much more liquidy it is.
Yeah, you thin it out. Yeah.
I thinned it out one more time, but if I'm going to use it as a finish, I found an old French finish recipe, and they recommended using 1 pound cuts so that you can get multiple coats in one day. The only
Nice.
difference between what I do and what you do, JJ, is I use a cotton t-shirt, a lint-free cotton t-shirt, an old t-shirt to put it on with. And I buff it by hand. I don't run the lathe.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And this dries super fast, but it does keep for a long time if you make it in a mason jar.
Yeah. Yeah. And the
And
only
this
reason I use the oil is to buff it with the lathe running.
And
I just put
actually,
drops on. I don't mix it in.
right. But even if you're doing what they call a French polish, there's no oil infused into it. It's all done with shellac by cutting it to a 1 pound cut. If you made your 1 pound cut, you wouldn't need the shellac. You wouldn't need the oil.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm
And
saying.
then, so again, as sanding sealer, I use the 2 pound because it's thicker. And so it usually, if I'm using sanding sealer, it's because I'm using it on punky wood.
I can put 2 coats of this on in less than a minute because it's thin. So I usually, like a sanding sealer, like you're going to do if I'm going to sand it, I'm putting 2 coats of this on because it'll dry that quickly.
Yep.
And then I sand it, and then if I really think it needs more, I just don't use the thin stuff anymore. I don't use the stuff that I've already cut in half again. I go back to the 1 pound.
Excuse me, you guys. Thank you so much for all of this. Could you explain, please, what you're talking about in regard to a 1 pound cut? Are you using like 1 pound of shellac?
So
if you go out on the internet and type in how to make shellac, it's going to give you 3 different cuts. It'll give you a 1 pound cut, a 2 pound cut, and a 3 pound cut. It'll tell you how much shellac flakes you got to have per gram and how much liquid you got to have per ounce to create your 1 and 2 pound cuts. I don't have my little book, my cheat sheet book right here right now. Otherwise, I can tell you.
Yeah. Hang on just a second. I'm trying to find I just had it open and accidentally hit the wrong button and lost it. Just a second.
So when you talk about a 1 pound cut, you're not necessarily talking about using 1 pound of shellac flakes.
No,
it's a ratio.
It's a ratio. Yeah.
Scott, I don't think you told us what you were cutting yours with.
Same thing JJ uses.
Okay, the Everclear.
I use Everclear.
Now 151
or if
is
you can
the
find
highest
somebody with real moonshine.
151 is the highest proof I can get in North Carolina. In other states, you can get almost 200 proof.
Yeah,
I
the
think
bottle
it's like
I get
190.
the bottle I get is 198. They don't call it 200, but it's 198.
Yeah, that's the highest. I can't get
We
that
can't
here.
buy 190 in PA anymore.
Yeah, you probably can only get the 150 or something.
151.
Yeah.
Used to get 190.
Now, how does that compare with
making cherries?
How does that compare with using denatured alcohol?
I'm sorry, say again.
If I wanted to use denatured alcohol, that will work also, right?
Yes,
It
it'll
will.
work.
Yes.
It'll work, but it's not food safe for at least 28 to 30 days. It has to get all the distillants out of it.
Yeah, they add methanol to denatured alcohol to make it poisonous. They did that. They formed denatured alcohol to stop the woodworkers from drinking the alcohol that they were mixing with the shellac, so they made the alcohol poisonous.
Yep.
That's literally how it came about.
Yep.
And so the problem is denatured alcohol is poisonous, whereas arguably this is not.
And
I thought it was because
Hold on,
Lowe's and
Ray.
Home Depot didn't need a liquor license that way.
and most of your denatured alcohol that you buy now is wood alcohol. It's all methanol instead of grain alcohol, which there's a big difference. One will kill you and one won't, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'd like to jump in
Moderation.
here. I've tried various sanding sealers. I've used water base, and I've used right now I'm using a cellulose sanding sealer because it dries so quickly and it leaves a real nice shine. I tried water base, but it just takes too long, and I just didn't like it. It's just kind of ugly and got milky and everything else. So I switched over to a cellulose sanding sealer, and I seem to like it pretty well. I don't have to mix it with Everclear either. So
The only reason I make my own is because I want it to be food safe.
Yep.
So that I can tell people when they buy my bowls that it's 100% food safe. There's no any seed oils in it. There's no walnut oil in it. There's no allergens to it because nobody's allergic to shellac.
So to answer your question about what is a 1 pound cut or a 2 pound cut, I'll use a cup for a 1 pound cut. It's 1 cup of alcohol to 1 ounce of shellac flakes. 2 pound cut is 1 cup of alcohol, 2 ounces of shellac flakes.
Correct.
A 3 pound cut is 3 ounces of shellac flakes. So that translates when you're going up, say you want to mix a quart, for a 1 pound cut, it's 4 ounces of shellac flakes to a quart, or 32 ounces of alcohol. 2 pound cut is 8 ounces of shellac to 32 ounces of alcohol. A 3 pound cut is 12 ounces of shellac to 32 ounces of alcohol. That's just the ratio is the pound cut chart.
Right.
And you can find these, there's 700 of them on the internet. You just Google cutting shellac and you'll find the chart.
I find this conversation interesting because about 8 years ago, I was using I think it's Bullseye, the shellac sanding sealer you could buy in the can.
Yep.
So I was buying the unwaxed sanding sealer, and then I would put it in a plastic bottle just like Scott was showing, and I would cut it a lot of times with more denatured alcohol. But once I did my homework a little more and realized that the denatured alcohol really doesn't belong on the inside of a bowl, I stopped using that mixture at all. And now I go with a more natural finish or just a wax or something on the inside of my bowls. But this is interesting because I hadn't thought about the Everclear as a nice way to cut that and still be able to have it evaporate out and be food safe. So I appreciate this discussion.
And like I said, you can cut it with vodka. It just takes longer to dry.
Right. Yep. It takes longer to dissolve too.
Yeah.
And I would take the paper towel I would use to apply it. I would use it to like burnish it or buff it in a little bit to heat it to dry it faster so I can get that second coat on.
Yep.
And now I basically do that with the cellulose slack or sanding sealers instead on the outside of a bowl, but I don't use any of it on the insides now.
Yeah, honestly, I love cellulose sanding sealer, but that stuff is toxic as can be. That's poisonous.
Yeah,
so if it's going on something that's going to hold food, that can stays in my cabinet a lot.
Yeah, and like Scott, I use a 1 pound cut as well.
Well, if everybody noticed, Joaquin is using dewaxed shellac.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Yes,
that's what you want to use when you're doing it as a sealer. You want to shellac.
You want to do that anytime you're dissolving it because the wax is terrible to dissolve.
Yeah.
It's just, well, and then isn't there an issue with the wax in the shellac? For preventing your final finish from adhering properly.
Correct. It's a one coat
Okay.
finish.
And then so something else that could be done with your mixtures, if you got a container and the alcohol is evaporating out of it, whenever you store it, you could put a line of what that volume was when you put it up. And in theory and conceptually, when you come back to it a month later and it's dropped down a quarter of an inch, you just add another quarter inch alcohol to it to soften, get that ratio back together. Is that correct?
Yep. So that's why I use a canning jar. These are pint canning jars, ball canning
Right.
jars.
So it's sealed,
graduated.
oxygen-free. Yeah.
That was a Captain Eddie tip from years and years ago. Mark
Yes,
the
it
outside
was.
of that. Mark the outside of that little squeeze bottle.
I remember that.
And then when you come back, top it back off, shake it up, and squirt it on your bowl for,
I
for,
mean-
for the Obi Shine juice.
These are ketchup
Okay.
bottles
Yeah.
that I
That's
use,
simple to do.
that I buy at the dollar store, and they seal really good, especially after you get a little shellac on the top. Don't clean them off, and then when you snap them back on, they seal really good. I haven't added alcohol to this since I poured it in this container.
Yeah, but it does seep out through the plastic.
Not
And
not
you
the,
can see-
not when you buy the real cheapy ones from. I found the cheaper they are, the better they don't seep.
Yeah, because you see how the bottle warps. That's because of the alcohol coming out of it.
That's because this bottle is like 10 years old. It's time for a new bottle, Dan.
So, excuse me, am I understanding then, because Joaquin had mentioned he doesn't want to mix any more than will last him about 3 months because the alcohol will evaporate and dry out. Can it then be rejuvenated by adding more alcohol? Am I understanding correctly?
Yes,
you just
absolutely.
end up
Yes.
with a thinner cut. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this stuff just isn't that cheap a bottle, so I try to preserve it as long as possible because this is not cheap.
That's also why I use a pint canning jar. Like I said, this has been in here for a year. I mixed this up for a demo a year ago this month, as a matter of fact. So this has been in here for over a year,
Mm-hmm.
and
Scott,
it hasn't moved.
Scott, do you
Right.
store that jar upside down or upside right?
No, right, just like this.
Yeah. If you
And
are
I
having
use-
trouble with your jar sealing and your alcohol evaporating, you can always store it upside down and it won't leak. You won't lose any that way.
Right. Yep.
I used to have that
This is
problem.
a regular
create a new
and-
bottom. Then the
This
skim
has a
creates a
regular
new bottom
canning
at the
lid on
bottom.
Yeah.
See, I switched to one with a like a silicone sealant on it, and that doesn't give me a problem at all. You can
Yep.
even
Excellent.
like
Yeah.
open it up with one hand, and you don't have to
Yep.
spend time. 'Cause I have a
Right.
mason mason jar too, and if the alcohol, if it takes too long, then I have to get that thing in a vise just to be able to open it, and I'm worried I'm going to shatter the glass. This solves that for me.
Yep. It's the
So
same.
what about-
right?
So I think we've covered the how to do it with flakes. What about the Zinsser, Bullseye and the Minwax and Old Masters that you buy in the quart tins at the hardware store? They come as what, 100% pure or 1 pound, 2 pound cuts? And what do you mix them the same? Talk
These
about that.
seal coat ones, if you get the de-waxed one, that comes out as a 2 pound cut. So if you add the alcohol to it, it's just a 1-to-1. It's whatever you have, you just add that much back in. It makes it really easy, especially if you do the graduated markings. You can keep the same level really easy that way.
Okay.
The one thing we have not talked about with sanding sealers, a true sanding sealer has a stearate added to it as well, so that when you sand it, you have it flakes off real easily. You see that especially with like your lacquer sanding sealers and the Bullseye that we just saw.
Right, but it's just specific to shellac.
Yeah, but even with shellac,
Right.
if you buy a commercial shellac sanding sealer, it's going to have a stearate in it
Okay.
so that it sands easier.
Doesn't gum up your sandpaper as easy.
Right.
It's good to say when you use it, plan on using a lot of sandpaper. It will gum your sandpaper unless you use the commercial stuff that has extra chemicals.
Question: if you use an open weave sandpaper, will it still? Can you?
It's worse in my
manage that?
experience. It's worse in my
Like an
experience.
Abernet. It would
Yeah.
clog
Yeah.
up an Abernet.
Yeah.
I tried Abernet and it was horrible.
Yeah, I agree
In
with
fact,
you. It makes it worse.
yeah, in fact, I stopped using Abernet because my sanding sealer gummed it up so bad.
Huh.
That's
Okay.
impressive.
Okay. Well, Chuck, I think you got a lot of good info on this.
I did, Dane. I have one more question, if I may.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
appreciate you very much bringing up the subject for me. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you bet. I told you I would.
Yeah, it's been very helpful. The sterate, somebody mentioned there's a sterate in it. What is the sterate, and does that take away from the food safe aspect of it?
Yes,
Yes.
it does.
Yes.
For the commercial.
It's
the
a,
ones
it's
that
a
are in a
commercial
can.
dryer.
All
The
commercial.
Sterate is basically a commercial dryer.
Yep.
Okay.
Anything that you don't make yourself, you have to let it sit at least 28 to 30 days before it'll become food safe. Minimum.
So it can
Thank you, guys.
degas.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
you're welcome.
if you wet sand shellac, it won't gum up your paper quite as bad.
Well,
Right.
there's a lot of sandpapers out there that have stearate on them to help keep the sandpaper from clogging so bad. So,
Does anybody else have a problem with that making the paper not last as long? It seems like it smooths out faster for me when the
You
stearate's on the
sand-
paper.
Use
That's what I
sandpaper like
found.
somebody else is buying it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I
If-
agree, James.
honestly, as it said, I'm going to tell you this as a professional turner. Sandpaper is the most expensive damn thing you're ever going to buy in your wood turning career. You're going to spend more money on sandpaper than you will on your lathe.
Fair.
And
sure.
not you're just burnishing your wood because the grit comes off it, and then you're just pushing paper up against it, and it's just burnishing it.
Holding fibers.
and one thing to remember about sandpaper is your heat is your enemy on that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you want to turn to slow, and when you're sanding on the lathe, you want to turn the lathe slow and put gentle pressure on it. Otherwise, the heat will cause that sandpaper to deteriorate exponentially.
If you can feel heat in your fingers, you're going too fast or you're pressing too hard.
Right.
Yep.
I wish I knew who it was because there was somebody demoed a couple of weeks ago someplace.
It was James. James.
It might have been, and he said if you can see that wood starting to shine with your sandpaper, you've already worn that sandpaper out. Time to get different sandpaper.
Yep.
But wet sanding helps if your sandpaper can take the wet, it'll help your sandpaper last longer because it'll keep the sandpaper cool.
Yeah, and it works as a slurry. It works the
grit that
dust
would
away
fall
from the cutting edge per se.
Yeah.
Yeah. The grit
Well,
that would
actually-
fall off is made into that slurry, which keeps working.
Right.
So you're not losing the sand or whatever grit stuff they use. It just puts it into that slurry, and that slurry just keeps getting finer, which is nice.
Yep. But you got to remember to wipe the slurry off between coats.
Yep.
Between, I was about to say.
Between grits, otherwise you're just defeating your purpose.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't want to sand the sandpaper.
Right.
I always wash mine. I got a little tub there, and I rinse it off. And then I wipe the piece off with denatured alcohol or alcohol, rubbing alcohol. It don't matter.
If you're going to finish a piece with oil, you can do your wet sanding with the oil.
Yeah.
Right.
Could you add some hand dryer to if you wanted to make that stuff dry quicker and you're not concerned about it being food safe? Put a drop or two of Japan dryer in your shellac mix that you're going to use.
Absolutely. That's the dryer that they put in the commercial stuff is Japan dryer.
Right on.
you can put Japan dryer in anything you want to create a finish
Yes.
with. Just got to
Yeah,
be
I'll use it.
super
I'll use
careful
it
with it.
with, I'll use it with some linseed oil, boiled linseed oil. Works great.
Just do one thing at a time and try to stay halfway normal.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's see. We got a couple more gallery we can do, or we can go to our demo. What do you guys want to do?
Let's go ahead and get the demo out of the way, if you would, Dane.
Yeah, you bet, Dane. Or Dane Dewey. You got the D right.
Well,
Got the D right.
Dane Dewey, huh?
Dane Dewey.
Hey, you
Damn it.
guys, I haven't been around, but don't forget Safety Sue.
Oh,
go ahead, Safety Sue.
How could we
all right,
forget
Safety
you,
Sue. I didn't want to. Your first night back, I wasn't sure.
I know, it's just gonna be a quickie.
Okay.
We're talking about
Don't-
sand.
Don't do like those Spaniards did over there, right? What you saw in that video.
No, please don't do that.
There you go. Safety's over.
Yeah. But remember, whether you're spray painting outside or inside or even sanding, make sure you have the proper face protection on. We don't need to inhale anything that's been sanded. You don't need the silicone down your lungs. And at most of our ages, and even the very young people, can destroy your lungs by breathing sanding dust. So please, guys, remember, put proper face coverings, face masks, breathing apparatus whenever you're sanding, including when you're wet sanding. You never know. You don't need to breathe all that stuff. So on that note, I hope to see you all next week. And
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Sue.
All right. Thanks, Sue.
I
Good to see your
appreciate it.
smiling, happy face again.
Thank you. Take care.
Did she just call me old?
Had an enjoyable time with you the other day, Sue.
No.
Yep.
There we go.
Take care.
All right. All right. So without further ado, let's go over to Dewey. He's got part 3 of his demo.
Okay. I'm going to tonight. I promised that I would show putting on the handle and the spout, but unfortunately, I had a file termite in my computer, and those files went away. They got chewed up somehow. But anyway, I am going to show you how I made that hinge, and so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to share my screen right quick. Let's see where we're at right here. Here we go. First off, we're going to start with the with how let's see. Let me get this over here. There we go. Everybody see that now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now I'm going to get rid of this. All right, there we are. There's all those shining faces. Anyway, what I did was I from that drawing we did on the first demo of the decanter of the flask lid, I used it to come up with these hinges here. And basically what I did was I just engraved it onto some cedar, and then I cut them out with a scroll saw, and then I drilled the holes to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the video now from that. And if you got any questions, just put them in the chat, and we'll go from there. Okay.
Sounds good, Dewey.
I'm gonna turn the sound down just a little. The hinge that I made earlier, I found out it was too large. It just didn't fit well, so I made some small hinges. I just outlined the pattern with the laser, and then cut them out with a scroll saw. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. I've got to do a little bit of sanding on them to kind of round them out. Let me put on my magnifying glasses here so I can see what I'm doing. Volume good? And
Volume's good.
this is 320. And I'm gonna just kind of drag it across there to hopefully. Okay. This has got a 16th inch hole through it. I'm gonna use some wire as a hinge pin. And this is rather delicate. So what I'm gonna have to do is probably need to soak it in CA to toughen it up, but we're gonna try to do it without it right now. Let me just finish sanding on this to get it in shape here. There we go. All right. This one's pretty good. And this one's pretty good. Need a little bit of, okay. So what I gotta do, this one goes on the handle. This thing, this piece here. Well, let me get under the camera. This piece here. This piece here goes under the on the handle, and then this curved piece here goes on the lid. So what I got to do is I got to notch these such that one fits inside the other. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to sand it away. I've got a flattened diamond bit here. I think I'll try that, see how that works out. I'm going to put it on my micromotor here. And let's see, that's too small. This one here, here we go. We'll use this one here. All right, here we start out. This is a very, very tedious process. It's just one of these types of things. You know, when you turn a bowl, you turn for a little bit, then check the thickness, make sure it's right. This is going to be the same type of thing. And so I'm gonna speed this up just a little bit in order to, because like I said, this is pretty tedious stuff. So here we go. There's a lot of grinding and sanding and then testing, and it's, you know, it's like I said, it's pretty tedious. So right now we're shaving off each side of this one piece in order to make a center part of the hinge. This little bit does a pretty good job. It's a 60 grit diamond, and really very light touch, and it does a good job of, especially on the cedar, which is so soft. So looks like we're pretty well got it where we want it on this one. So we're going to we got a little bit more to do, I guess, here. Cut edges running parallel with the hinge body, or else it just doesn't fit up right whenever you do the other part. Okay, we're going to I'm going to slow it back down here, and Now we're gonna do the cut the groove in the other part. And what we're doing, we're using the same burr right here, but it's just not going to be big enough. So we're going to have to switch over to a wider or bigger diameter burr in order to cut this deep enough. So we'll do what we can here. So now we're going to make the switch to the larger burr so we can cut deeper. So these diamond bits are fairly inexpensive. They're not the best quality in the world when you get them at the lower end of the cost range, but they'll do the job for a while. But the diamonds will eventually wear off. So here we go. We're going to try it with this larger burr, and just barely take cuts, very, very little cuts, and very delicate. And I'm going to speed this up because it takes a little while otherwise. So just here we go. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. There we go. There we are. So just take cuts. You can front cut, you can back cut this burr, and see. Here we go. We're going to try fit. We're going to try fitting, and it's just a process. You got to cut and fit, or do a cutting fit, whichever. What we're trying to do is get the holes to match up, and such that and get that slot deep enough such that it doesn't bind up whenever it tries. So here what we're going to do, we're going to try a smaller burr to fit inside those two the two tabs that stick out, and go deeper, because that one burr that I had, we bottomed out on it. So here we go. We're going to just grind away. And you got to just take your time, be delicate. Here we're trying again. It doesn't match up, so we got to go again. Just keep doing. Yeah, if you want to really, I use this diamond because it is more like sandpaper, and it's much more delicate than a carbide burr. A carbide burr it would probably tear this thing up pretty quick if I was to try to use a carbide burr. Yeah, you could make a watch band out of these if you're real patient. Like I said, it'll take a little while because you got to do each link separately, and so. Well, yeah, stump cutters are generally, some of them are a little bit more aggressive than others. You could, I've used stump cutters. I like using them, especially for smoother cuts. Some of them are so, some of them don't, I get impatient with them sometimes. Sometimes they just don't work fast enough for me. Hello, Joe. Good night, Joe. Have a good night. We won't be much longer with this. Whoops. Hold up. We missed something here. Hold up. All right.
Don't shorten it too much.
Yeah. Hold up. Here we go. For some reason it stopped. I don't know why. What in the world is the matter with my deal here? Here we go.
This one goes on the handle. This thing, this piece here. Let me get in.
Just a minute. I'm gonna have to. All right, here we go. Let's try it here.
You guys almost sanded away. I got a flattened diamond bit here. Just
I'm sorry, folks.
No, you're good, Dewey.
I just tried to put it together this afternoon and things, sometimes you get glitches. We've gone through, okay, here we go. Now we're getting someplace. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, we've got them. Okay, we've got them cut and everything. So we're going to put the, this is just a 16th inch wires, all it is. You know, that's, so put it into gear, and then we're going to put the pin in and see how the swing is. There you go. Now the thing is, see, this hinge is going to be in that 90-degree position like that, but we got to be able to get it back to, say, to a 100 or 120 degree position. I mean, like a 45, in order to end here right now. So we're probably going to have to do a little bit more grinding on it to get it. Of course, we're looking fairly decent here. So we got a little bit of a bind right there where I was pointing at, right in there. So in case you're wondering, the termite ate my audio on this clip. So that's the reason I'm doing my narration on it.
Oh, good.
So, but yeah, we're going to do a little bit more trimming on this so we can get the swing a little bit narrower or wider, whichever way you want to look at it. Now, a person can make these things with a chisel and a small saw and sandpaper. I tried making one with a little razor saw, and I just couldn't hold on to it. I'd break it. So that's the reason I'm using the carving tool on it, to make it it's a little easier on the hinge. All right, we're going to try it up again and see how it folds back. There we go. There we are. Now it's getting better. And a little bit more trimming on it to try to see how tedious this thing is. It's just something you got to have a lot of patience on and be willing to take some time to get it done. All right. Let's try it again, see if it'll bend back. There you go. Hey, now it's working better. That's better. Now we've got to do a couple other little things. We got to, on the piece that's going to go to the lid, we're going to have to shape it so that it will fit the curvature of the lid. So I'll be back in a minute. I had to go get the lid. Here we are. There's the lid I made. And so what we got to match two curves. We got to match the top to bottom curve, and then you got to match the side to side curve. So the first thing we're going to do is try to match the up and down curve, and the hinge has got too much curve to it, so we're going to have to flatten it out. So we're going to take the micromotor with a bit in it. We're going to do a little bit of flattening on this. Here we go. Got the same burr that we used earlier, diamond burr. Yes, you can use a wood dowel. Sure, no problem. The reason I use a metal one is because later on, we're going to glue this on with the pin in the hinge. And if I use a metal one, then it's less likely that the glue will mess up with the pin. If I use the dowel, then it's more likely to be glued. You'll see why here in a little while whenever we glue this onto the decanter. But right now we got to flatten this out and well, you can do two things for as far as keeping the hinge in. You can take it out and flatten one end just by tapping on the end of it, or you can bend it. You can bend the pin a little bit, and it will put a little bit of a bow in it, and it'll stay in that way. That's probably the best way of doing it. And then you can just leave the pin in like it is, and if you got a snug enough fit, it'll stay in, or you can just pray that it stays in and doesn't fall out. Or you can put a little dab of CA on each end of it after you get it put together. And use thick PA. You need to use thick CA so that it doesn't run down into the center of the hinge. Glue everything together. Yeah, you can do that. Cut it short, plug the ends. Okay. We've got it flat enough now so far as doing the up and down, the top and bottom. Now we got to cut a groove in it so that it can kind of conform to the round and round. You know, you could, you could mushroom one end when the pin is out of it. When you have to put the pin in, then you're going to have to mushroom the other end. And you got to be real careful that you just hit the pin and don't hit the hinge. I guess you could use a punch, a concave punch, and it's just that it wouldn't, sort of like a nail set. you know, they have a concave, the end of them are concave. And so, that might work pretty well.
What is the metal pin made from? Is it just a
It's
piece
just
of wire?
galvanized wire.
Okay.
It's what it is electric fence wire is what it is. It's rather,
That's malleable.
yeah, yeah, you can use aluminum rivets. You can. Okay, Doug, have a good night. Sleep well. You're welcome. We appreciate what you do. All right. So now I'm gonna use this burr here to cut the groove to match the curvature around. It's got kind of half moon diamond. You can use a ball diamond, you can use a teardrop diamond, anything that's round. But this was handy, so I just grabbed it right quick. And just work a groove in it. And you can also use a round file here too to cut that groove. So just work it back and forth till you get the groove about the right curvature to put on that put on the lid. There we are. Brenda, don't harass Matt.
I'm trying to feed Dewey questions that, the things that people will ask,
I think
Doing a
Brenda's
good job, Matt.
I think Brenda's an aggravator, is what I think.
But he already answered that question. He already said what it was.
Brenda's an agitator.
Just pay attention, Matt.
There you go.
I'm paying attention. I'm posting links. I'm doing all kinds of things. Come on.
Going to have to double your salary, Matt.
Look at double is double and nothing, still nothing, right?
Don't tell Matt that.
Exactly.
Cat's out of the bag.
And I'm working for you for free.
Well, Menards didn't have a round file. I find that hard to believe. I think they usually had everything in the world. I go visit my granddaughter up in Indiana, and there's a Menards not too far from her house. I have to go there and just walk around and look at everything.
Yeah, it occupies a whole square mile and a half, doesn't it?
They've got the biggest hardware department I've seen in a box store.
Yep. Plus, they got a full grocery store in there. There's a round section. It's right next to the square section.
She needs to look in the rough section. There we go. We got it pretty well fitted for this. So next step is to glue this thing on and get it done. All right, it fits up. We're good. All right. Let's go. Well, first thing first, let's put a little bit of 3460 on it to toughen it up.
60. We'll just use that instead. See what we can do here. Oh, that's not good.
And that's butcher paper. It's got a wax of plastic on one side, so it works real well for doing stuff like this. But it doesn't work real well with fingers. But Now I did have some other brands, but since everybody seems to use Parfix, I went ahead and used Parfix on this video.
Attaboy.
After I got finished with this, later on in the night, I was watching television and chewing glue off my fingers. But anyway, so there we are. Now, here we are. The lid is taped to the canner with Turner's tape, and I've got the hinge just band-aided to the top there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some 5-minute epoxy, and I want to epoxy that bottom part of that hinge to the handle there. That way the rubber band holds it in position and
Here we go.
stabilizes it. See?
Where
I guess Parfix has got more open time than the regular CA. I guess you could probably discuss the various compositions of the various Parfixes available, what they're intended for. I just had this 3460 there. I didn't know what its specialty was, but I just had it there, so I went ahead and used it. Okay, I'm putting this 5-minute on the bottom part of this hinge, and I'm just going to let it. I'm not going to secure it or clamp it or anything. I'm just going to push it and let it set up. And once it sets up, we'll take the Band-Aid off, and I'm not the Band-Aid, a rubber band, and glue the other part on.
once that sets up, like I said, then take the rubber band off and we'll glue the other part on.
I already said that once.
Hopefully, the epoxy doesn't get into our hands, which it might do, but we can fix that. Well, this part is set up, so I'm gonna mix up a little bit of 5-minute, put on this part here, and glue that down. Once that sets up, then we'll do a little bit of buffing, and that'll be it. So let's mix up. 5-minute right quick. And finish this little project up. All we're gonna do is put a little, right there. Right there. Okay. And,
No, I didn't have to sand the hinge
that
after
set
the
up?
dried. No, I didn't have to.
Yep. Okay. Put a little bit on it. A little bit on the outside here, just to give it a little bit extra strength. A little bit of acetone, clean up the grips.
So I'm going to clean up a little bit here and then let this set up and I use a lint-free rag on this. Otherwise, if you use a paper towel, it's liable to leave lint all over where you wipe. Put a little acetone in it to help
There we go.
thin it down. So there we are.
That looks kind of sanitary. All right. Toast is bitter end here, folks. And we'll let that set up and then we'll be back.
Here it is, already set up, and the hinge works. Ta-da! And that is the end of this video and the end of the whole demonstration. So if you have any questions, any more questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Otherwise, I very much appreciate your attention. And hopefully I leave you more with more knowledge than you had when you first started this series. So
It was an excellent series.
Yes,
know,
I love that hinge.
Yes. Really cool.
well, thank you. Thank you. I hope you know,
Hinge was worth the
I
price
hope
of
I don't
admission.
have to do another one.
I
Another
think you ought to
series.
make a watch band.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, Brenda,
Maybe
you can
not
make it
this one.
yourself. You can make it yourself. Just, you know, just do it. Nike, just do it.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah,
He just showed you how easy it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all it is
He
a
made it look
chain.
easy. I'm
You
busy
never,
with something else.
you never know if you try. If you don't try, you'll never know. But
She's working on making a segmented bowl, I think.
Another cup.
A
Well.
segmented cup. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I gotta make two of the small ones for my grandsons.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Sandy.
Very cool.
Yeah, right here.
Here you go, Brenda. My
Yeah.
my husband has a wooden watch. This one's a little more intricate than Dewey's hinge.
There you go.
There you go. There
That's
you go.
super. Where's my camera?
There you are. Well, that's gorgeous. What is it made out of?
It's a wooden watch band. I don't know. Don't ask me what kind of wood. I bought
Walnut and maybe black.
Yeah,
African
I have one
blackwood.
made out of walnut.
Yeah. I've
What's
seen them
the-
advertised on
What's
Facebook.
the brand of watch?
Bewell. It's an Amazon special.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's
Well, as
pretty.
long, as
Beautiful.
long as it's right twice a day, that's all that matters.
So they spelled Dewey's name wrong, huh?
Yeah, they forgot the D. Yeah.
Walnut might be
Well-
too soft for a watch band. Might be some kind of blackwood.
That's what I thought was blackwood with walnut. What it looked like to me.
And mine's walnut.
Regardless, pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, folks. Does anybody have any questions for Dewey, or you guys done with him?
Nice job, Dewey.
Fantastic demo.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Great
We'll get him
job,
on
Dewey.
around
That
first
was a
this
lot of
time.
work. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it took him longer to do the editing for the video than it did to make the project.
Yeah, I'm working on one of those right now.
Uh-huh.
I'm not much of a videographer, but I'm not very good at just doing live demos. I get tongue tangled, can't remember my name and stuff. So but these videos, they're more suited towards my style.
Yeah.
And we'll get better at them eventually.
No, you're doing excellent. You're doing excellent.
I
Don't sell
agree.
yourself short at all.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
No, 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 no. Well, you might be short, but you know, it depends on who you're lined up against.
Well, anyway, we had a good discussion on shellac sanding sealer, though. That was great.
Yeah, we did. That was a lot of good information. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we can probably start another discussion up here shortly, but we got two latecomers here for gallery, so let's squeeze them in. So let's go see Tim. We got you, Tim.
Hey, good evening, everybody. So I went to Lowe's yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I picked up some 2x2 by 3 foot long poplar. Why? Because I'm making a bunch of these friggin' cross-drilled Christmas tree ornaments for an upcoming sale. But this stuff was it was just short of $11. So by the time I cut 2x2 pieces, I got 15 cubes out of that 3 foot long stick. And that left me a 5-inch piece that I can make a box out of. So the reason I bring that up is because a lot of folks don't have access to go to Woodcraft or Rockler or, you know, the local places, but they do always have a Home Depot and a Lowe's or a Menards or something like that. The square stock is typically going to be, it's going to be where the molding area is. And like I say, it's cheap. They also have round stock if you just want to have stuff that's already turned round. But if you're doing the cross-drilled, you know, ornaments like this, you need something square to get all the drill holes in. Now, speaking of drill holes, hang on one second. Come on. Your Forstner bit. If your Forstner bit is making sawdust instead of cutting,
it's dull.
Like this, then it's dull. I know a lot of folks already know this, so this may be some good info for some new turners. Take your Forstner bit, take your credit card file, your 600 grit or whatever, and all you have to do is just rub it, follow the bevel on the top, and then this long part of the blade, follow it along that way. Do the same thing on the other side. It only takes about 5 or 6, maybe 8 to 10 strokes on there, and your Forstner bit is resharpened just like it came out of the factory, and you're back to cutting again. So,
hey Tim, on the Forstner bits, do you do anything with the little pyramid point thing in the middle?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Matt.
Do you do anything with the little point thing in the middle? Do you sharpen that at all?
I do not sharpen the point in the center because it's just kind of a center point.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
But the on the edge of it, where you got that little cup on the outside edge, occasionally I will give that just to sharpen just from the inside, but it's kind of hard to follow that through with the credit card file. So for that, I'll take my diamond file to sharpen that. But anyway, so some ideas on this. Not only can you drill it that way, but like Walt Wager does the through holes. And when you do the through hole, gives you a couple different options. Again, little beads and baubles, they can hang in the center. You can buy beads like that, hanging individual, or something flashy like that.
You go to Red Lobster and get some really cool beads.
You can do all kinds of different stuff with the beads. For my cross-drilled ones, normally I do these little laser cut snowflakes and that type of stuff. You can either paint them or not. Or they have the paper poinsettias, paper roses, things of that nature. And the other thing you can do with them, I'm not trying to take up everybody's time tonight.
No, you're good.
You can drill just one single hole on one side and on the opposite side. And in here, you could take a photograph of your grandkid, your daughter, your wife, whoever, you know, or husband and wife if you're making it for a couple. put the man on one side, the woman on the other, turn it around. You have a beautiful Christmas ornament. That's a keepsake for the family. So just some quick little things. I mean, I'm out here. So I bought 5 sticks. That gave me 75 cubes and 5 extra friggin' 5-inch 2x2x5s. So for $50, I've got 75 ornament bases, and I'm in the production mode right now.
There you go.
So
So one more time, give the dimensions of your cube and the diameter of the Forstner bit or the hole you're drilling.
Because I was looking for this specific stock is 2-inch by 2-inch by 2-inch for the cube, but the stock that I bought from Lowe's is 2-inch by 2-inch by 36 inches long.
Right.
Hang on, it comes in a box like this.
Wow.
Comes from Madison Mills.
So it's actually an actual 2x2 then, right?
It's actual 2x2. Yes, it's not any funny numbers or anything. I bought
Was that a mail order or did you go to Lowe's to get it?
I'm sorry?
Was that mail order or did you go to Lowe's to get
No,
it?
I went to Lowe's yesterday morning and picked it up before I went to work.
Okay.
I came home last night. I set up a little deal on my table saw, so I could I put a shim in between my fence and the block of wood and then measured off. That way it gave me space, and I just ripped out, I had a bucket or a box on the other side of the saw, and I would just kept pushing them out until I got down to that 5-inch piece, and then cleared off saw, went through the next. And then, I've been since last night drilling friggin' holes. So this weekend's going to be, turn this probably next couple of days, and this weekend will be turning Christmas ornaments. So hopefully I'll have something to show. But that's what I got now. Oh, one
I'd
other
love to see a
thing,
Christmas ornament when you.
I did mention in the chat. So your ebonizing fluid, and this is again learning process for me. I should have asked before I did it, but I got that 30% vinegar. I got a whole roll of steel wool, stuck it in a peanut butter jar or a mayonnaise jar. Like an idiot, I tightened the lid on that. I put that on my table saw. Luckily, there was silicone mat up underneath there. Man, I came out after getting a glass of water, and the whole top of that silicone mat was just covered in that stuff. I lost about half a bottle. But yeah, so if doing it, make sure you leave the lid open so it can off gas and vent. And otherwise, and don't do it in a glass jar. You might have shrapnel in your shop. So
wow.
But anyway, good stuff. I did that ebonizing stuff on Sunday. It's only day 3, and it's working real well right now. So can't wait to see how dark it gets by the end of the week. That's all I got, man.
All right, very cool. Thank you, Tim.
All right.
Yeah. A tip on the ebonizing is you don't fill the whole jar up. I know that much already too.
That would have been good information. Like I said, I should have asked.
Yeah. Well, haven't seen anybody blow up by themselves, but I did notice that everybody I've seen doing it is only like filling the jar halfway. So,
yeah.
What kind of wood are you ebonizing?
What's that?
What kind of wood are you ebonizing?
Well, I've got pecan. I'm gonna go ahead and try some of this poplar. Doing them, I just want to have it on hand so I can do some finials and some other things. So
you want something that has the natural tannins already in it. That helps the ebonizing process a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
don't bother using the poplar because it doesn't have enough tannins in it.
Yeah.
And black tea won't help it.
Yeah, black tea don't help.
Yeah, the pecan seemed to do pretty good on the stick. So
I know you guys can hear me.
Well, you were breaking up earlier. You're
Well,
coming
the
in spotty,
Epsonite
Sue.
solution recipe is on our webpage.
Yeah.
And yes, black, any kind of tea will put tannins in wood that normally doesn't have tannins. Oak has a lot of tannins. Walnut should have tannins. Poplar does not. So you want to put tea in there and you leave it for about a week uncovered until it gets gross. And then you take that white junk off the top, strain your solution, and
Right.
it has the tannins in there from the tea. It's not an overnight mixture. It's a week long.
Right.
Yeah, it's and
And for poplar,
this is
it'll
B3 right
it'll
here.
give it a grayish hue for poplar.
Well,
I've never had poplar turn black using black tea. I'm just my experience on it there. So
Okay, well, I was trying to say that tea does work to add tannins.
And so just playing it in the shop. Thank God.
there you go.
All right, guys.
Good play.
Thanks, Tim.
Good info on the thank. Good info on the 2x2 molding. Great idea.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks very much, Tim. Next up is Dennis. What you got, Dennis?
Well, I've been turning some ash, and it's already been, with the ash borers have been into it, so I kind of wanted to save it. So I went oblong with it, and then I put some feet on it
Cool.
to, get it up
Nice.
off of the, just raise it up a little bit.
It looks great.
Yeah, nice.
And then I did this one tonight. So I put some wings
Ooh.
on it,
Cool.
Betty.
and this one's not finished yet. So anyway, I've been playing around with it, just trying to get some different shapes. But I wanted to keep the worm embellishment in there, if you will. So I don't have to do it. The worms did it for me.
Cool. My son, when we first saw those, my son called it bug writing.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah. It's
Bug
not wrong.
bug hire drift.
Very cool, Dennis. Great idea.
yeah, just playing
All right.
around with it. So,
Yep. Good idea.
and then
Nice
I
job.
did
I'm
take
sorry.
whoops, sorry. I did take your tip on the ball end mill. I made that. I don't have it in the house here, but that works really well. I had that made up, and I used an old pickaxe handle for that. So works out really well.
Very cool.
Wow.
Well, I enjoy. I have a lot of fun with mine. It's my go-to tool. So
Yeah.
I saw a picture of the tool. It looks good.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
thanks, Dennis. Next up is Terry. What you got, Terry?
Oh, I'm here again. Well, I don't know if my little camera thing don't come up for some reason. There it is, I think.
We
Up
see you.
there, okay. Pull the camera around. Before I get started, I want to tell you guys, a few weeks ago, I showed you some lighthouses and told you I wasn't ever going to make any more. Well, I lied. And so I've been making them. The art center's got me doing crazy stuff, but it's getting me out of the house and into the shop. So I thought I'd show them to you. Let me see if the camera will flip around here. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Betty.
Those are
Just a
nice.
few, eh, Terry?
Wow.
Oh, you don't even know. But
Oh,
those,
wow.
the ones in the front, those are all on burls stuck. They were burl. I don't know what it was. I found it on the road. It was all covered with small burls. And so I cut them all off, and that's what they all are. And those were all lighted. But what I wanted to show you, if I can get the camera back and get this silly thing back in here somehow. There. These. I went to the art center, and back years ago, I made some Christmas ornaments for the kids to paint. And I think I did ornaments, and then one time I did snowman. They asked me this year if I was gonna do any. And I said, well, maybe I could do some little lighthouses just out of pine. So this is what I came up with. And
Nice.
they're not like the
Very
other ones.
nice.
The tops don't come off because that wouldn't be good for children. It's just all turned to one piece. And I thought that would be okay for them to paint. And
Oh, that looks great.
they might have fun with them.
like
And then
that.
the eyelets, I just made them out of wire. Drilled a little hole in there and put the wire together and put them in there. I'm just going to spray some lacquer on them or something so that the paint that the kids use won't run. The problem I got into, my big mouth, is she says, oh, that would be great. She says, but we got a few more students than we had before. I said, well, how many you got? She said, 40.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
I said, what? 40. Well, make a long story short, I got 25 done.
Mm.
So I got 15 to go. I'll probably make 50 because there'll be some changes, but it ought to be fun. The kids ought to have a good time with them, and they'll put them up on the art newsletter and stuff. Something to do,
Yeah.
all pine. It's real easy. It's scrap pine, 2x4 material. Just rip it down so that it's 1.5 by 1.5 inches. And after you get in a rhythm, I can do one in about 10 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
It was kind of
That's
fun.
great.
But I'm not getting too many done because after about an hour and a half, my back starts telling me I need to go do something else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's what I
Hey,
got.
Terry?
There's a bunch more
Terry,
going
did
on.
you say
Oh,
you found those burls on the side of the road?
Say what?
Did you say you found those burls on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's migration season.
It was a pretty good sized
Wow.
log. It was probably 15 inches and a couple feet long. It's been sitting out in the barn for years. I never knew what to do with it because they're all small. But it worked out pretty
That's just
good. I thought
perfect.
they looked kind of nice on there.
Yeah.
Give it
Yeah,
a good
this
base.
is
Looks like a
perfect.
rocky base. And then one other thing I wanted to know, I don't know if Joaquin was on. Last week, Joaquin told you that we had to learn and turn, and that everybody was to make, there were 7 of us, and we were trying to make pepper mills. And he was talking about it. That was his plan.
Right.
He's trying to have a theme for our learn and turn. Well, I'm not going to play with him no more. He cheats. He reads the directions before he starts. Never But this is mine. This is what I came up with as a piece of his team. So I had to get it
Beautiful.
finished before the meeting this weekend so Joaquin could see it. It might even work, but I don't think I'm going to put any peppercorns in it. I tried to microwave dry it about 20 times, and I still think it's pretty damp. The seeds might grow.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'll have a peppercorn tree.
Yeah. Planted
That's
it,
all I
Mike.
got, guys.
Good stuff, Terry. Good
Okay.
stuff. Thank you. All right. Well, then that's all we got for gallery, unless there's a late comer in here that wants to show off something they've been working on. Otherwise, we got about 20 minutes left, and we can open the floor up for a topic for discussion. Anyone has a mystery they would like to have demystified in wood turning, I'm sure there's somebody amongst these 50 people that can tell you something. Might not be right, but tell you something.
Well, I
It'll be
got to
done
slip
within-
on
it'll
out,
be
so
done
I'll
within-
see you guys next week.
All right, good
All
night,
right,
Jeff.
Jeff. We'll see you later.
Good night.
It'll be done with enthusiasm, Dane, and the best of intentions.
Yes, without a doubt, you know.
I'd like to make a suggestion on grinding up your shellac for making your 1, 2, 3 pound cut. I use a coffee grinder. It makes the shellac dissolve
Dissolve
much
better?
quicker. Yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
Picked up the
Good
coffee
idea.
grinder at a Goodwill store.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Sue, the Parfix isn't going to bond to the metal pin, so it doesn't matter if the CA seeps in to the hinge joint.
I was thinking more like clogging up the hole where you would definitely put the pin.
No, it's because it's going to wick into the wood. You know, plus it's cedar. Cedar's like a sponge.
Okay.
You got it?
Thank you.
You bet.
Evidently, that's why he didn't have to sand it either, right?
Right, because it's Parfix. You know,
Yeah.
it seeps in, and you ain't got to sand Parfix unless, you know, you just got an ungodly amount on there, and and that's because you're putting it on and don't know what you're doing. So, Glenn, we got you.
How's it going?
Not bad, yourself?
Doing all right.
Good, good.
We have our club meeting this Saturday, and our challenge for this month is a wide rim platter, and so this is my platter.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
It's about 12-inch diameter, and I try to come up with a pattern. The yellow didn't show up very good, but there's some black and brown and red. And the wood, I had got it from a friend of mine that does a lot of carving. And the wood is called Yellow Tongue, JELUTONG. And that's probably the last time I'm going to turn it. It's like turning dust. It's so powdery. You may get a good little ribbon every once in a while, but it's so dusty to turn. But it was a big piece, about the biggest piece I had. So well, I'll try and turn it, but
Beautiful.
It came out well.
Yeah, it
did.
It sanded real good. It's kind of got a matte finish on it, but I may put maybe a gloss finish on it, make it look a little better.
Yeah.
But the beads, yeah, it took me. There's, I think, 15 rows and 96 divisions. So that's about over 1,500 squares. I ended up painting about 500 of them. But yeah, I've been looking into trying to do a little more of the basket illusion. I
like that. It looks really good.
So, all right, that's all I got.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes.
All right, who's next?
I have a
Who's
question.
the latecomer? Yeah.
I'm working on some ornaments, which is not unusual. I've done that a lot, but I decided I had a whole pile of blackwood and cocobolo, and I decided, and then they're just the stick things, you know what I mean? You get it at a lot of the shows. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out how to glue, I'm making the gloves with the finials, the top and the bottom where they'll really stay on. I've been trying to rough up the blackwood and the cocobolo, but they still don't feel like they're that secure. Is there anything else I can do or use? I'm using that new, what is it called? Fast and Tight or something. Yeah, that's it. Quick and Thick. I'm open for anything.
If you wipe your cocobolo and that with alcohol before you glue, because it's quite an oily wood.
Yeah, and I even tried acetone. I did
They say wipe both of them with acetone or alcohol
blackwood's
or
oily
something.
too.
Yeah, and then
they're both oily.
I would use epoxy.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. I hadn't thought about that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, some 5-minute epox maybe.
Yep, I got that. Thank you. I was open for anything. I was sitting out there tonight staring at these things saying, I'm going to beat you. No matter what it takes, I'm going to beat you.
Either that or duct tape.
Yeah, I wasn't going to give up.
Yeah. Good job.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Hey. Let's go see Steven. He just popped in. We got you, Steve.
There we go. I just popped in late there today, but
Oh, that's all right.
good demonstration. Thank you. A couple weeks ago, I was asking the group about how to turn a odd piece of brown molly
Oh, yeah.
burl, and I finally finished it up.
There you go.
Like a wedge shape. And I just wound up doing it
good.
between years.
Yeah, it came out well.
Yeah, it turned out pretty nice. It was an exchange in my club, and I was afraid I was going to give him sawdust at the end of the project.
Wow. Beautiful.
Very pretty.
Very pretty.
Very pretty piece of wood.
Yeah. Beauty.
So I just wanted to get back to the group and thank you for your suggestions on how to turn it.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. Yeah, he was able
Nicely
to.
done.
You didn't lose any of it. It looks
No.
great.
No,
I remember what it looked like.
yeah, it was a very odd shaped piece of wood, but it turned
Right.
out nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, superb.
Very organic.
Wonderful piece. Wonderful piece.
Mm-hmm.
Looks
Very
like it
pretty,
should be
very pretty grain, huh? Look at that.
Yeah.
That
Is
should be
that's red mallee. Red mallee, right? Yeah.
Oh no, brown. It's brown.
Brown. Oh, okay. Brown.
That's a great example for anybody who's got burl caps and doesn't know what to do with them. Nicely done, Stephen.
Thank you. That's all.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Latecomer?
Sorry,
Gary,
we
how
didn't
you
hear
feeling?
that. What was that, Tennis?
I have a question. I've got some butternut and I've tried turning it fast, slow. I've tried doing all kinds of things and I keep getting tear out. Anybody got any suggestions? Because I'm about ready to just burn it.
Well, not knowing what you're doing, tear out is usually, in order to fix that, you usually need sharp tools and shearing cuts. So, and I don't know how you're doing it, of course, but it's
I've
tear
just
out is usually
I've got like 3x3 blocks and just trying to turn into little dishes or bowls.
Yeah, I would
one of the
sharpen every few minutes.
One of the games I've played is I've hit a piece that's getting tear out like that with a couple of coats of spray sanding sealer, and then go back to make some very light shearing cuts and see if that doesn't fix it.
Oh, so to lock up the grain?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thanks.
And that's an option. So yeah, and what Dean said, sharpen a lot.
Right.
Yeah, most of us, we don't realize how fast the tools get dull. I did a video several years ago, and it surprised even me. I took a 1x6 and just put it on the lathe and turned it round, and then sharpened my bowl gouge and made it a cut all the way across. And then I came back and I made a cut 2/3 of the way across, and I made a cut 1/3 of the way across. So really 3 cuts, and you could see a tremendous difference in the tear out between the first and second cut, but between the second and the third cut, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And of course, soft pine is going to show that up more than most woods will, but it got my attention.
Right. Yeah, good info.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. Patrick's got something.
Okay, I had a piece of mahogany that was jointed together, and I used biscuits to join it years ago, and forgot that I had used biscuits. And when I went to turn it, one of them was way up in here, and I had to turn it away, and that's what it wound up. So
That's cool.
Cool.
did a little texturing on it. Turned a little small bowl in the middle, and a little bit of texturing on the back of it.
Looks great.
Turned out pretty thin.
Yeah, it does. Sure
Turn
did.
in.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's a diet bowl for M&Ms.
Yes, it is.
Had to refill that real often.
Right? Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah, it looks great. Fantastic.
Very nice.
That's it.
All right. Thanks, Patrick.
Thank
All right, let's
you.
go. Let's see what Mr. Joaquin's got. Hey, Joaquin.
Okay. Well, I had something different, something strange. A friend come over, he says, hey, and he had been having some health problems and we thought we was going to lose him. He says, you know, Joaquin, I bought this piece of wood. It's a 8x8x2 leopard wood. Cost me $90. I don't know what to do with it. I'm afraid to turn it. And he said, well, I want you to try to do something with it. This is okay, no problem. I don't have a problem with doing that. So I was wondering, what in the world am I going to do out of this with this $90 piece of leopard wood, you know? So I had a piece of ash, and so I thought, well, I'm going to make a square bow, you know, a change bow with legs. I'm going to do that with it. And so this was my practice piece. And these are not finished. All I've got on them is sanding sealer, but this leopard wood is really coarse. I don't know if y'all had any trouble finishing this. It's
a sponge.
Like 3 coats of sanding sealer on it.
It kind of flakes off too, doesn't it?
No, it turned real well. Very
okay.
Was that piece heavy, Joaquin?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I think I'm going to put a couple more coats of sanding sealer on it because it's not smooth as glass yet, and it's got a couple of spots in there that just got little indentions from the grain.
Yeah,
it's turned smooth, but hey, I'm going to end up giving it to him. I mean, you know, how could I take a piece from him and turn it and keep it?
Right.
Yeah.
What kind of money for it? But interesting turning in project. I enjoyed doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. Came out well.
No, thank you. And then I've got sea urchin ornaments going out there, Christmas trees and all that, getting ready for the Christmas season. I thought I'd share that.
Well, we saw one of your students' pepper grinders from last week.
Oh, who would that be, Glenn or Terry?
No, Terry.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, he did it.
Seeing it Saturday. We have a meeting Saturday.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
It came out well.
The one I
Somebody
just ended up
somebody
being,
had a good teacher.
well, thanks. The one I did ended up being given away to a girl in a wedding because I didn't have anything else to give away. So I've got to make another one Saturday. It was fun, a lot of fun.
Right. That's the important thing.
Absolutely. Passing it on. Passing it on.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Donna, absolutely you can show something. There we go. We got you.
I was going to show Sandy. This was Cocobolo and Blackwood, and yellow cedar. And what I used was I was told to use the acetone, but I didn't have any, so I used the stuff because I think it was close to the stuff that takes CA glue off your hands.
Oh.
Because this first one kept coming off of me, and I didn't know why, because I didn't know these were oily woods. They were so dry. They didn't seem so. And even this part here where it's threaded, because I screwed the threads up on here, I had to make another one and glue it in there on top of this piece. And it takes a lot of pressure. And I used wood glue, and it's holding. So I think probably epoxy. You know, someone's got more experience. Whoever talked about that, but the wood glue did work. The
Yeah.
CA glue here did not work.
Yeah, it did.
Come
That
off.
didn't work.
But the rest of it, I CA glue, or I wood glue, because I didn't have anything else. And this is glued in there too.
Yeah,
And
beautiful
yeah,
piece.
everything's it's all holding. So I didn't know if it would, right? So this has been about 6 months or 7 months maybe.
Yeah,
And
good.
it's been blue.
Wow, good. Thank you. Thank you. I think I am going to give that
It's a beautiful
epoxy
piece.
try. It is a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
You did well. That was beautiful. Did you color the other off piece that was there? Is that Cocobolo? And that's beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, and this was yellow cedar burl
Oh, wow.
that I put in there as well, and inside. So that was put in, and then this was glued over top to kind of hold it in there too.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
a
no.
beautiful piece. Beautiful piece.
It is beautiful.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I would love to see that in the newsletter, Donna.
Yeah, me too.
Don't
Yeah,
be-
photograph it and send it in. I don't remember if you did that since you've been
This
coming
one?
to the meeting.
Okay, yeah, I haven't sent anything. I was thinking tonight,
Yeah.
I kept seeing that thing come up. I'm like, I got to send some pictures in of
Yes.
things I feel.
Yeah.
I will get on that. And get
That
them.
that
Okay.
would be a perfect piece right there. That is a beauty.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
That's great. That's great to know. Thank you, Donna, about the wood glue. You use like Tite Bond or just some other glue, or?
What was that? Sorry, were you asking me?
Yeah. Sorry, Donna. Did you use Tite Bond wood glue or some other brand, or what wood glue did you use?
All I had was a Gorilla Glue, wood glue.
Okay.
And
Oh, that's good.
That's what I used. So I don't know if that's a good one. That's just what I had. So
Not the
Thank you.
foaming stuff.
it's a yellow.
No.
It's a yellow
Foaming.
wood.
No, they make a wood glue. Yeah.
Yeah, yellow.
Well, I just
like
wanted
yellow
to
wood glue.
clarify. Yeah. That foaming stuff is nasty.
It doesn't work
opinion.
real well on wood either.
No.
And it
No.
turns poorly.
My
Right.
husband, I have a trestle dining room table. My husband repaired a cracked foot on it with that expanding Gorilla Glue. Yeah, I got. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
it's nasty stuff.
Did you let him know what you actually thought about it?
Hell no. He fixed it. I didn't have to. So yeah, we're good.
Oh, okay. He realized his fallacy right away, huh? Didn't need to
That's
go to the
wise.
boss to find
That's
out,
that's wise right there.
right? Oh, too funny.
No, I just said, thank you, honey. You fixed my table.
Smart lady.
Yep.
Right. Uh-huh.
The only thing that
Yeah.
that Gorilla polyurethane glue is good for is if you got a problem with a hole in a pen blank.
Oh.
I used
Take
it
your
to
word
fill when I had hornets digging holes in the house. I used it to fill that with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you end up with
Or
a little bit of
insulation.
an oblong hole when you're drilling a pen blank, it'll hold the tube in for you. But that's about the only thing I've found it good for.
Good to know, Dale.
You got oblong drill bits, Dale?
No, but I've had a couple of times where I didn't get the drill bit in the press properly and didn't realize.
I'm just teasing you. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
but if you end up with a problem with the hole in your pen blanks, that's about the only thing it's good for, because it does expand and it'll hold
the brass. Yep.
pen blanks.
Night, Dewey. Thank you.
Good night, Dewey.
Night, Dewey.
But I don't even use it on pen blanks anymore, because you're right, it is a nasty stuff.
You're drilling on the drill press. I mean, on your lathe.
Yeah, and I don't even use my drill press and pen blank holder anymore. I use the pen jaws on my chuck and my lathe now for drilling.
Always
because
get a
it's
straight
much-
hole.
Yeah, it's much more accurate. I learned
You
that
know what?
the
You
hard
can always
way.
get a straight hole on your drill press if you got your drill press tuned up. They're designed to drill holes straight. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I shit you not.
The lathe is much even my Turncrafter lathe is much more accurate than a drill press. And I don't have to fuss with making sure the table's perfectly level.
Yeah. All right.
Too
Well,
funny.
what a great meeting we had tonight. Great demo, great discussion on sanding sealer. Sure that will be clipped out as a standalone video for the YouTube channel. A lot of great information divulged and shared on using sanding sealers. So with that, we'll call this the demarcation point of the main meeting, and we'll leave things open for the after hours, and we'll just carry on. For those that are
Don't forget the tour of the
hanging out
Spanish
here, all I ask is that you
Symposium.
turn your camera on and participate in the group. Otherwise, we will see you next week.